Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melda Production, and today I'm going to show you how you can create a pad and use some mid-side processing to create some interesting movement and do some just kind of interesting stuff with it. Lots of things I've shown before and lots of things that people know about different crossovers in Melda Production plugins have to do with frequency, but this time we're going to use mid-side processing. This is great because you'll have two different channels, the mids and the sides, but you can do kind of two things at once and they won't interfere with each other like they normally would. So by having the mid channel do one thing and the sides do something else, you can get kind of an interesting type of soundscape. So let's get into that. I'll just do something really basic here. I'm going to move the attack down, move the sustain up, and let's add this normal oscillator here. I'm just going to use a supersaw. You could use anything for this, and to be honest, you don't even need M Sound Factory for this. You could do this in M Power Synth, and if you had something else, like maybe a guitar or a group of voices, anything in stereo, you could do this in MXXX as well. So here we have this. Play it. Okay, let me turn this down just a little bit. Okay, and since I can't play keyboard well, I'm going to turn the velocity down. Cool. So now that we have that, let's just not mess with this generator at all. We're going to do the frequency split in the FX section. So what we're going to do is go in here, use this crossover. What this will do is we'll split our signal into two different frequency bands. So if I play it now and then I solo one of these, you see it's splitting it here around that 4.3K area. But we don't want to split it by frequency. As I said, we want to do mid-side processing. So what we're going to do is move this from the analog here to mid-side. Boom. Now you see our side is here and our mid is on the left side here. But if we solo this now, okay, we're hearing sides, but let's hear the mid. You'll notice like, hey, wait a second, why am I hearing, side frequencies there? For this, you need to move this all the way to this side here. And now we're going to get more of a mono signal like this. And as you noticed over here, it's split into two different channels. So if we get rid of channel 1 here, we just hear 2. That's our side. Channel 1. That's our mono. So we have it split. And if you're wondering like, hey, what if I want more than one channel here? Just right click it and you can adjust the amount of outputs and it will add more crossovers here if that's what you want. But for this, we only need 2. Now, what I'll do is I can combine these together using a ratio. Make sure I right click it, go with the sidechain here, get 2, steal the sidechain here. So now, if I play this, all the way to the left will be mono, right will be stereo or side, and we can blend between them like this. There we go. Now I'll leave it at 50-50 like this. Well, actually, let's move it all the way to the left because now what we're going to do is add some effects to this. You could add any effects you want here, but let's make this kind of interesting and let's use M Wobbler to create a kind of, pluck sound to this. So I have M Wobbler here. I'll make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. We have the low pass filter. That seems good. Let's use a step sequencer here. So I'm going to turn that step sequencer all the way up. We have our follower here. We could just use a normal LFO, but I want to sync this to tempo, move the phase to 0. And let's set this at, 1. So this would be 1 bar length going through this. Now for our step sequencer, I don't really like this. Let's try to do something a little bit more interesting, I hope. So yeah. Let's use a kind of a Euclidean rhythm here. Like this. And let's hear it. Still not going. And that's because I didn't do anything else here. We'll move this down. We'll move the frequency, the resonance down as well here. And resonance range, I'm going to move up. So I want to do a little bit of change with the resonance. And then I wanted to do a big change with the frequency here. So let's listen to this. You know what? I think this is too slow. So let's move this up to a half note. And this is a little bit low in volume, so let's move the output up. So that's what we have for our mono channel. Now for our side here, we can do the same thing. I'm going to just copy this, and in this lane 2, I'll just paste it there. But I don't want the exact same thing. I'll just set this to default again, and make sure in our ratio, we move this all the way to the right so we're just hearing this side signal. And I think, okay, what do I want to do here? We could do the same thing, but let's do something a bit different. Let's change this to a notch filter here. I'll move the resonance down here. And then let's move this maybe here. And then increase the frequency range so you can see this notch kind of moving back and forth. That's cool, except it's way too fast. Let's, again, make sure this is synced up, and let's try this at 1 bar, and move the phase down to 0. That's okay, but I think I might even want it slower than that. So let's see, what do I want to do here? Maybe try 2 triplets. And we can do more with this since this is our stereo channel. Let's do something with a panorama. So this will make the panorama go up. I believe the right side will go up by 5 from this value, and the left side will go down by 5 steps for this value, or something like that. But it'll give us more stereo sound like this. So that's cool, and let's do something with filter 2 as well. Let's try adding this diffuser in here, and we'll make this move as well. Frequency range here. And do the same thing with a panorama. So we'll split it up like this. We'll see if this 2 triplets works well with the other rhythm. It may not, but let's hear it all together now at 50%. So we're hearing the mono or mid signal and the side or stereo signal together. So I had to turn this mid signal up a bit, and so you kind of want to balance those out. If you don't want to do that, you can just turn like the ratio like this and get maybe more balance this way too. So as you can hear, both of these 2 sounds are kind of existing at the same time in the same frequency range, but they're not really running into each other. And so from a really basic supersaw like this, we can get something interesting like this. So you can see by doing this, you can add all sorts of different interesting stuff to this if you want. And of course, it doesn't have to end there. We could do other weird stuff here. I could put a chorus on the stereo signal if I wanted to. Probably turn this way down, but I don't want to spend forever doing this, but just give you an idea of different things you could do. So you can hear a little bit of that in there as well. So kind of play with this and, feel out what sounds good to you. You can put delay on there. You can put any type of any effect on there, really. And also, once you've gone through this cross here, after this, you could put a stereo effect on your mid signal too if you want to. But the problem is it might start cluttering everything up. So I like to just keep this in mono and keep the stereo section in stereo, but play with that. You might be able to find something interesting that you can do. So hopefully that gave you some ideas of fun stuff that you can do yourself. If you like this, give me a thumbs up, leave me any questions or comments down below, and be sure to check out all the other plugins at meldaproduction.com. Till next time, see you.